the students. We have some things on the horizon that we're just in the beginning processes of. Mr. Irving and I met with schools first, and they offer financial wellness classes for families. Most of the stuff I bring in, free of charge. It's all stuff that is offered to the community that just needs to be pieced together. So we're working with them right now on how we can bring that in for our families, because that was something that when I surveyed our parents, they really wanted was financial and budgeting classes, just basic things. Mr. Irving and I met with Career and Family Healthcare today. They're one of the 2 Medi-Cal groups when you have Medi-Cal in Kern County, and they want to come out just to support their families that are here. And that's just to have a person, they'll just come to the Parent Community Center here and there, maybe once or twice a month, just to be there for the families that need help. And there are things that a lot of families that have these services don't know. Like, they will transport families to their doctor's appointments. They will do it. It's free of charge to the family. So all these wonderful things that they don't know about, he will come in and one of their reps will come in and answer questions. And then we're going to have our 2nd annual Parent Community Center Fair. That was great last year. I have people reaching out to me now. It's almost January. Are we going to do the resource fair again? I'm like, yeah, I got to put it together. But yes, after the literacy event, we'll jump into that. We're going to be having a family meal challenge class. This is going to be basic nutrition class, but also it's going to mark 2 boxes because you guys approved it. Thank you, board, because we have a company that is going to train us in how to train the families, not only ways to build a healthy meal, but also how to use that time and make sure you're eating together, because that's also great for your social and emotional health and your mental health. So encouraging families to eat meals together and have conversations during that time. Lego education. So I happen to be presenting on the day that it's on the agenda. I would love for you guys to approve that, because one of the things that families have been heavily asking for is an opportunity for the younger students to do something after school. Lego goes all the way down to kindergarten and even possibly TK, depending on the staffing that we get. The wonderful thing about that too is they come out and they train our staff. The quote you guys have is for after school program ACES to have their own kids. So they will be trained as well. And then to have clubs at the school. And this can be taught by a classified employee or a teacher. It doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher. So it gives opportunities to our staff and it gives opportunities to our students as well. And then I'm also going to be hosting some staff focus groups. That way we can get input from the staff, on things that maybe they would like to. That's one big one. I'm like, tell us what your skills are. What would you like to do for an after school program? Because it just takes an idea and we can support it. And then, thank you. Sorry, there's a lot of talking. I'm trying to do it really quickly, but these are just some of our flyers of things going on. That's our Parent Center flyer, our Caregiver Education flyer, our Open Forum Night flyer, and then this is the new one that will be coming out tomorrow for our literacy event. Any questions? Yes.
I don't really have a question, Fallon, but I just wanted to add, we just overlooked Miss Cheryl Taylor. She assisted in the writing of that grant. And
I didn't know that.
Yes, it was Cheryl, Robert, and myself, and we pulled it together in less than 72 hours. So, and we were surprised that we even got it. But there you go.
Well, I
just wanted to acknowledge her.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Taylor. And also, and I said this last board meeting too, with the report that Adrian gave, and I gave my information. These 2 ladies, along with Ms. Cambaliza and the rest of their team, are the ones putting on the Caregiver Education Series, and they've got wonderful, wonderful stuff, great topics. So I'm trying to push it out to the community as much as possible. This is our first go around, so we're seeing what the community wants to see. All the classes were based on things that either myself or Ms. Taylor or parts of her team have heard from the families that they wanted to touch on. So please put the word out for those. You can share the flyer. I can send it to you. It's on our website under the Parent Community Center.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
RTA report.
I'm CSCA.
I tried to sit.
I'm the interim president right now.
Okay.
And we have a president, has been voted in because we have to do a lot of stuff. So I'm happy to announce that unless there's
Please.
unless there's issues, and hopefully there will not be, Ed Shevlin is now the president.
Okay.
And I'm and then I will step back down to vice president.
Okay.
And we're working on, hopefully when we get them done, we'll start being able to get into negotiations and stuff. And all the things that we need to do.
Thank you. Okay. CSE report.
So everything's been okay. We've had a couple meetings with Robert and Barbara and Paul that usually we all come to some sort of agreement. We did recently have a meeting with Cheryl that we came to agreement, so we're working strong. We do have our sunshine ready. Our chapter just needs to vote on it. And then once it's voted on, we will submit it to the board for board approval.
Super Board Member, Mr. Adrian Ariano.
Good evening, guys. You guys have a good day. And I'll start my student board report. So first, I'll start with West Park Elementary. They, after school, academy and clubs are in full service currently, so they can start again. They're in full service, right? They have drama, ballroom dance, Hope Squad, math club, which all began last week. And they'd like to know that students are very excited and happy to participate in these after-school activities. On October 17th, West Park will be partaking in the Great Shakeout to ensure that students and staff members are safe in the event that there is an earthquake, right? So they'll participate in the Great American Shakeout. And they are also scheduled to hold picture retakes on October 20th for any student who either missed or did not like their first picture taken.
Is it the 22nd or the 20th?
It's the 20th.
I think it's,
Well, they told me it's 20th.
but let me look at my calendar.
Yeah, all
I
right.
think it's the 22nd as well. So I was like, yes. I want that.
I'm not sure.
Well, then I'll go to information. But we also have scheduled the first parent-teacher conference on October 24th from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. And they asked to be on the lookout for information for your students, teachers, on how to set up a conference. That's everything regarding West Park Elementary.
And it is the 22nd.
All right. Well, then the 22nd. Now for Rosemont Elementary. Rosemont Elementary would like to note that the Parent Teacher Association is having their fundraiser quick fit this week until Friday for students during the school day, as well as until Thursday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. And they will also be participating in the Great American Shakeout on October 17th. Furthermore, starting from October 16th until October 30th, Rosemont Elementary's ASB will be selling pumpkin grants for $1. Rosemont Elementary's ASB officers will be assembling the pumpkin grants on the 30th after school and will then be delivering them on the 31st before their fall festival begins on campus. Now for Tropical. Tropical would like to say that they're holding basketball tryouts this week. For boys, basketball tryouts are from Tuesday and Thursday from 3:15 to 5:15 p.m. And for girls, the basketball tryouts will be held this Friday from 3:15 to 5:15 p.m. And they would like to note that further trials for the girls will be held in the following week. Tropical also be participating in the Great American Shakeout October 17th. All schools will be participating in it. And then they are preparing for the parent-teacher conference, which is scheduled to be held on Thursday, October 24th. Furthermore, I'd like to note that the regular season for both the boys and girls volleyball team has finished, and both teams have made playoffs, so they are in the playoff. And their cross-country team will be having their first meet tomorrow, the first meeting. Now for Rosemont High, I want to say that last week was a very busy week for Rosemont. And crazy, homecoming, and the dance, the volleyball game was very busy, but we got through it and we persevered. And starting off with Rosemont, I'll say last Saturday was the first day of Saturday school, so we have to make up our parties. And the parent-teacher conference at Rosemont High is scheduled same regards in October, on October 24th, right? And then yesterday, Rosemont High held a PK meeting for the Parent Institute for Quality Education with over 25 parents in attendance. Right? And then they're also participating on the rates shakeout. Now, regarding sports in Rosemont High, the varsity girls team had a home game yesterday against Cal City, which they sadly lost, scored 2-3. But they have another home game tomorrow against Joe Frazier at home at 5 p.m. for the chance of redemption, I would say. And then last Friday, the varsity football team won their homecoming game against Cal City. The score was 20-15. And then we also had a student section, which I had to set up the whole thing, but I got it done. It didn't go out exactly as planned, but that's what improving so far. So for the next student section, I'm going to work on those things that were wrong on last student section and improve on them, right? And then furthermore, soccer trials for both boys and girls have begun last week. I attended those trials because I'm a soccer player. And then regarding student activities, as I said, it's got a busy week. Last week we had the homecoming dance on Saturday, which was from 6 to 10 p.m. And it was the Beauty and the Beast theme, the floats for Beauty and the Beast theme as well. We had floats Friday during halftime, and we announced the homecoming theme on Friday on the halftime, right? The powerful game, I don't know if you guys attended, but it was held last Wednesday. The juniors ended up winning the game. So that means our seniors have 2 L's, their junior and their senior.
You didn't need to bring that one up.
That was insane. And then regarding activities, the senior class is holding a spooky bash, right? And I'd like to just show you first and maybe pass it down, spooky bash, to help fundraise money for our senior trips. Grad bash, and senior trips, right? And it will be held on October 25th, right? And see, this is the flyer for it. It has all the information about the spooky bash. I hope you guys will attend. We're gonna spend a lot of time decorating it and making sure it lives up to our expectations and we raise money.
Is it like a haunted house?
It's not like a haunted house. Like we tried doing something like a haunted house, like an escape room, but that wasn't really. It was within the logistics.
Okay.
So it's more like it was just an event where like we have just games, like little like stuff. Yeah, basic stuff. Pictures. Yeah.
So it's open to the public,
Yeah, it's up to the public.
community.
Yeah. And now lastly, regarding updates from Alderman, we'd like to mention again that he's going to reimburse college application fees, and that these fees aren't college specific. You could apply to whether that be UC, Stanford, or any college. I'm not college specific. And I'd like to note that Stanford University showed up on campus last week and did a presentation regarding the campus, which the big takeaway being their tuition for students or families who make under 100K. The students are eligible for full tuition, room and board. So this is something that was kind of shocking. Okay. And then Rosemont High will be hosting different colleges in the following weeks. They'll be hosting the Grand Canyon University, Cal Lutheran, Cal Poly Slow in the coming weeks. And then lastly, Rosemont High will be taking students to the East Kern STEM Expo Mojave. And Alderman asked to see him if you're interested in going to this exposition, this STEM exposition. And students that were can see Miss Hillman in the classroom, can see Miss Hillman to sign up for this. This is all for my board. So,
Okay, thank you. CBO report, Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, as mentioned before, I've had a lot of meetings in the last month or so since I was at a board meeting. We've met last week, I believe, maybe 2 weeks ago, about community garden possibility at Rosemont High School campus in conjunction with the community school grant, as well as, incorporating, input from our CSD so that we can, bind together more community involvement with some of our stuff, so it's not, everyone siloed off into doing their own thing, as well as, other offerings for the parent classes at the community center so that we can try and, do a broad spectrum of things so that, maybe, we have something that, may interest somebody in one field, but maybe not the other. So, try and help grow those programs. We've got construction still ongoing. This afternoon, I was able to take advantage of the minimum day and take the food service manager from the high school over to the new cafeteria, so she can see that, here's the progress that's been made, other than, what you can see from the outside of, okay, we got most of the roof panels up and all of that, which is, nice to see, but, give her an idea of, okay, this is what the interior will look like compared to what, the current cafeteria is versus, what will hopefully be open by February. So that, so we can kind of start to wrap our head around that. As well as, the, mostly 90 some odd % done of TMS. There's still some very little nickel dime stuff, to borrow a phrase from Raleigh, of what needs to be to make that project 100% complete. As well as starting to look at the new construction over at RES on the older part of that campus to help expand after school opportunities with robotics and band and other programs to utilize the east side of that campus, so that we, instead of empty former classrooms that are, being used as storage, that they can, be used for 21st century, enrichments and activities and modern updates. On top of that, we have a federal program review coming up that we're in the process of for our federal monies. So there's an audit there. Then our annual auditors will be out in 2 weeks to do their look at the close of last year's books and make sure that everything is still on the straight and narrow in that regard. So it's a real fun time of the season right before the holidays. So that is it for me.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez.
All right, good evening, everyone that joins us here in person and also online. We have different professional development offerings. We'll be meeting with Ken O'Connor tomorrow, the SKUSD grading committee. It'll be online via Zoom. Also, Dr. Fisher, he's going to be here. He's a consultant, author, professor at San Diego State University. He's going to be here on Friday, and he's going to be visiting secondary schools. That includes Roseman High, Early College Campus, Rare Earth High School, Abraham Lincoln in study, as well as Tropical Middle School. So he will be checking in with administration initially, then visiting some classrooms, debriefing with teachers, and debriefing with the administration. That's his usual schedule when he visits each school. Most recently, he visited Roseman Elementary as well as West Park, and now on Friday he's going to focus on the secondary schools. We'll be here in person at Roseman Elementary School on Saturday, October 12th. We've sent out invites for teachers that are interested, as well as administration that's interested in joining for the training. And it's going to be on Saturday, October 12th. With Dr. Fisher will be in person professional development opportunity. In the past, he's offered these trainings, and for this Saturday, the RES. We have Dr. Wetzel. She's going to be continuing to work with teachers next week as well. She'll be working on with grade levels 3rd, 4th, and 5th. She's focused on high priority standards and advanced English language arts, and then she'll also be meeting with department with grade level chairs after the regular day as well. Additionally, we have Mandy Fisher from KCSOS. She's going to be providing thinking maps training for teachers that have not been thinking maps trained in the past. So we have different PD offerings, professional development offerings with Mandy Fisher from KCSOS. We've been busy with federal program monitoring. We've compiled the information requested. I want to thank our superintendent, Ms. Gaines, as well as cabinet for helping with gathering information needed for federal program monitoring, and everything was submitted. We're just waiting to hear feedback from them. As we hear feedback from them, they may want like more evidence or just some adjustments to their. They're going to be here in person November 5th through November 8th, and they're going to be focused on federal program monitoring, federal funds. They'll be visiting district office as well as Roseman Elementary, Roseman High School, Roseman High Early College Campus, and Tropical Middle School. The schools they'll be at, plus the district office. And then we'll be getting ready for Starbase in November. So we'll have more information forthcoming. We have an agreement with Edwards Air Force Base, and they're really fun, STEAM-focused activities for the students there. Okay, so that's upcoming Starbase. More information on that coming soon. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Assistant Superintendent of Special Education and Pupil Personnel, Ms. Taylor.
Hello, everybody. So I had mentioned previously that our department had applied for the California Youth Behavioral Health Initiative grant. And so Ms. Kirk and I were invited to attend a training about it in Bakersfield. And then we had some more documents to submit. And we just recently were notified that we were accepted into cohort 3. So we will be moving forward in pursuing that for the money for those grants. Let's see, training and parent center. So we had our second parent educational night. This one was on identifying mental health struggles. So I did bring a copy of the PowerPoints if anybody's interested in seeing them. We have them, of course, in English and Spanish so that we can hopefully address the needs of all of our families in the district. So I'll pass those down for you to look at. And the last thing, for the last couple of years, we've been short speech pathologists. There's a shortage of speech pathologists in the entire country. So it's not a strange thing, but in order to meet the needs of our students, we've contracted with an agency called Blazerworks, and that's where we've got 2 of our speech pathologists for this year. And so they came out and met with us yesterday, and we had a really good meeting with them. And they gave us some information on additional things that they add, which was kind of exciting. So they offer all kind of professional development and resources for our teachers for free. And they have quite a list of professional development opportunities, and they could be in person, they could be online, via Zoom, however we would like them. But some of the categories would be greatly beneficial for our staff. So I just wanted to bring that up. And other than that, that's about it for me right now.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Okay. Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, Mrs. Hargis.
Good evening, everyone. We are busy in HR. We have our billboards on the agenda, and these are the billboards, the digital one that is in Lancaster in the city park parking lot, and the one that is on the 14 freeway as you're coming into Palmdale. We hope that those will be approved. We hope we can just continue to draw attention towards Southern Kern. We always have a need for parent educators. And as you, on the agenda, we, hired somebody for a position, and before they got started, they, had to resign for whatever reason. But just always in need of parent educators. There's substitute opportunities for all of our classifications, and then there also are some permanent opportunities as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you, Madam President. Oh gosh, I wrote my notes all over this little piece of paper here. I want to remind our parents that on October 24th are our parent conferences, and that is a non-student day. Parent conferences will be from 1 to 4 and 5 to 8 p.m. With a break in there to allow our staff an opportunity to have some dinner before resuming the evening conferences. And also on October 25th, that is a non-student day as well. no conferences that day, but a non-student day as well. As I hear about Robert talking about the new cafeteria, I was over there myself, and it is really, really coming along. It's very exciting. If you haven't, of course we can't go visit it, so let me not send you out there to visit, they will stop you. I barely got on it myself, but it's really, you're starting to see tile, and you're starting to see the building really, really come together, and we are just so excited for that building to be completed. I also wanted to say that we're continually working and planning a new locker room for Roseman High, a new weight room, and a new dance studio. So the new weight room and the new dance studio will be where the current locker room is. And our goal is to start the new locker room, which will be an additional building, a new building sort of south of the new cafeteria. So these are getting close to being, the architects having the design finished. So once they're finished, then they will both be entered into Department of State Architects. So some new facilities headed toward Roseman High. Some very, very much needed facilities there. I want to congratulate both of the volleyball teams. That's awesome. And I was at the football game the other night, and I want to give a shout out to Roseman High Roadrunners. Oh, I get nervous at those games, but sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. But we won the game, and a shout out to Coach Price and his team, and of course all of our football players. They did such a great job. And I don't want to forget our cheerleaders. They had their new red boxes. If you were at the game, you saw the new red boxes. They were standing on them. They look so cute on their red boxes. So shout out to our cheerleaders and Miss Campbellisa for her leadership on that group as well. We have our sixth graders have already started Camp Keep, and we have a group at Camp Keep right now. And saw a picture of a group, the current group that's there, and they look like they're having a lot of fun. Kind of makes you want to go back to camp, but you just know you can't. So, but Dr. Keys, it sounds like the kids are really excited, and the kids that are still looking forward to going. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. I do want to remind the students that Achiever trips for first semester, you've got to be in school with a 95% attendance to qualify for those Achiever trips, and we have some really good trips coming up. So keep your grades up and make sure you're there on time every day so you qualify to be on those upcoming first semester trips. And I think I will now present those attendance awards for September. And I want to say this evening that this is always a little frustrating, but it happens typically in September. Attendance goes down. So I have no most improved school, because every school in Southern Kern's attendance went down in September. But our best elementary is with 94.97%, and even they went down a little bit. They were over 95% in August, is West Park Elementary. Segue into our best secondary school. And this school had 93.13%, and they went down 1.72%. And we have a new winner. Don't look at me like that, Mr. Bajna. Dr. Keys, come on up. Talk about
So
Thank you. You're welcome. Congratulations. Game on.
Okey dokey.
I just have to give him a hard time.
I don't know if he's gonna be at school tomorrow.
Oh. You're gonna get through this, you're gonna get through this. Okay, board member communications, I'm gonna start at the end. Adrian.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I just wanted to say thank you for your presentation. I appreciate everything that you're doing here. As a parent, I'm still a parent, but when my kids were in elementary and middle school, and high school, I tried to advocate for basically everything that you have on here. So to see this kind of happening and taking place and you saying very simple fixes is kind of what I put out in the surveys. I was one of the parents that was like, I'm gonna cover this whole page, front and back, word type everything I can. So thank you very much for everything that you do there. It's great. So thank you. I would like to also commend our admin, teachers and staff at each site for all of the work that you do behind the scenes, because you don't really get recognized for that. And I know it takes a certain type of person to deal with all the things that go on your campuses. So thank you, Kim, for that. And that's all.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Vincelette.
Yeah, thank you. Told our student board member I was going to pick on a little bit. You forgot 4 people on the Powder Puff game. Cadet Corps, with the help of 3 CIF qualified officials, helped them do the game. They did an excellent job. And I do want to thank Dana Furman and Terry Cook for coming out to help with me with the Cadet Corps. They did the work, we just advised them, so that worked out very well. And the one thing that he mentioned about the juniors winning, the first play of the game, we go, oh, the seniors are going to be in trouble tonight. And they were. And I want to explain why, because it was a weird game. There was a time when the juniors got, about 6 penalties in a row in the second half, and got back every yard that they were penalized. Every yard. So we knew where all this was going. Okay. So enough of that. Another thing for you, so you'll know, the people who are installing the audio system will be back out to finish. So you will be able to use the system outside for your pep rallies. It should be, I think he said in 2 weeks they will be down to do that. We do need, Robert, I don't know if you know this or not, but we've talked with Raleigh. We do need to get another 20 amp circuit for the complete system installed in the gym. So that's coming. Fallon, we picked, Mrs. Gaines picked a very good person to run the community grants service. So you did a good job. Keep doing a good job. We appreciate it. It goes with that. And other than that, I'll turn it over to Mario.
Mario.
To you. Just want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank all the staff for doing everything that they do. You do more than we actually expected, and we appreciate it. And Mr. Bosma, work harder, you'll get that back. And I'm really amazed at the numbers that we're getting for the attendance. It's been a while since we've had that kind of attendance, so keep it up, everybody.
Now we've got to get our graduation pre-done. So we're working on that. Okay. So while I'm at it, the cafeteria project, roof's on, and it's the right color. The outdoor area is pretty good size. I was really surprised. You see it on paper and you don't realize how big it is until you actually walk under it. And then the inside is really coming along really good. Bathroom fixtures were being installed this week. All the tiles already done. A lot of the kitchen equipment is being installed this week. All the dry storage, the freezer, the refrigerator, all that has been installed, but they're not all hooked up yet, but they're huge. There's more storage than this entire room, which we've never had. I mean, we've had little storage areas. So, yeah, and kids can actually, you guys will be able to sit inside or outside with doors open. We have big glass doors that are like garage doors that will open up, so you can make it all one big seating area. Yeah.
It's not on a windy day.
Huh?
It's not on a windy day.
Well, it's facing the right
Every day.
direction. So the doors are on the west side, so it doesn't just blow through.
Good question.
And we're gonna put in like a little park type eating area. That'll be with, little trees. I can't remember if there's gonna be trees
Some trees.
and,
More
actually, it's
tables.
we're still debating on artificial turf or, grass. I prefer the grass, but, you guys let us know what you guys think. Let it go so we can relay it back to
There's
us.
that.
I'm a grass person. I just love the smell of grass, especially after it's freshly cut. So anyway, there'll be an outdoor eating area. That'll be out on the grass area, or whatever you want to call it. What would you call that?
Well, it's sort of like a student wants garden area.
Yeah, kind of like a garden area. It's if it comes out like it always was designed to be, it was amazing. So it's been a long time coming.
It's too different.
Yes.
Can I go back?
I know, we'll
Yeah, you can go back.
Just for lunchtime.
Just for so yeah, it's coming along, and then eventually you'll get your grass.
Okay, I'm holding
We're
to it.
we're still working on that.
All right.
Tropico's got issues with their our new grass field, so we're working
You
on
want it to be right.
that. It's the puddles that I have a problem with.
Yes.
So anyways, I'll tell you about it.
Okay,
That's it. Thank you.
one more thing. I think. Yeah. This showed up on here, and I'm gonna thank the person who did it, but I'm gonna explain a little bit. The young lady that made these, we first got introduced to her when she was a fourth grader, came here and asked and said, why can't I have clubs after school? This is at West Park. You remember her. And so she become my little fan favorite. And I invited her back a year later to ask for an update, which she did. She come back, okay? And so she made these for me and my wife. My she had actually, I won't say conned, but she kept pleading that I go see her in a play in Tehachapi, and we finally did. Okay, I found out her nickname is Captain Kirk, and it is Amy Kirk. So, Belden, please thank her for me.
I will.
And my wife.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys for tapping in and listening. And I think everybody's doing a great job. Like, honestly, we couldn't run as a district without every individual in here doing what you guys do. You guys do it so well that, you know, some of us will never know the things that you go through, but we appreciate you guys for everything that you're doing. See Mr. Holmes back there, I chat him up every morning, you know, when I see you, hang out. I was able to visit Mr. B's campus last week. I was like, hey, is Mr. B here? No, he's busy. I was like, oh, fine. So Mr. Adams took me on a tour of the campus. And I did try and see the cafeteria, but we didn't have access, so we were just staring on the outside. But it does look like it's coming far along. I don't think I was there when the roofs, I saw the stuff on the roof. I was like, okay, there's the roof. It looks like the right color. Let's see what happens. But I can't wait to get inside and have a look and see what's going on in there. That's exciting. I did make it to the Powder Puff game. I made it to the homecoming game. I saw you were on the court. Your parents were sitting behind me, and when you didn't win, I was like, oh! But I cheered for, you know, yeah, you did. Yeah, of course. Of course. I was able to attend the meeting regarding the community garden, which is very exciting. That's my jam. So I'm really excited about what will become of that and how we can proceed with that. That's very exciting. Other than that, this is the last week of the warm weather, guys. Get ready because fall is like,
Yes,
Come on in.
yeah, it's knocking at the door. I know you went over the building stuff. Any other subcommittee communications?
No, other than we probably need to get that safety security first meeting done. We need it. We need it.
Okay. Ready? Any comments from the public?
None.
None. All right. Consent items A through N with the modification to item H. Any questions?
There was a typo I saw on one of the.
Other question on item N.
Item
No,
N.
it was a,
Well, you're looking for that. What was your question for item N?
So this money for the medical CT pathway, like it's from 2024 to 2029, right? That's what it says. Like, would it be distributed all the like equipment like, throughout each year, or like when is it being distributed with the equipment for the medical CT pathway?
For the Paxton Patterson
Yeah.
medical CTE pathway at the high school.
Yeah. Which one?
Robert, can you answer that for Mr. Ariano?
If not all of it, most of it this year, and then some of it, depending on lead time, may roll into next year. But at this point, there's no anticipated delays with any of it. So it should be before the end of this year.
So by this academic school year?
Yeah, between now and June 30th, yeah, academic year, not calendar year.
And then for item H, it's just same amount in terms of the total price. They're just gonna provide us with 1 year of Trek 500 student licenses bundle with the value of $2,500, and no additional charge. So the total amount still is the same at the bottom of 40,000, and that's for the VR headset and software and so forth.
So I see that. If you don't know the answer to this question, that's totally fine. But what is the provided headset lease? Like, so we have access, we're paying for the headsets. There's licenses, bundles and things, but to provide transfer provided headset lease.
Yes, they're leasing out the equipment to us,
Okay.
the headsets, and then the software that's included that updates on a regular basis are the simulations or the simulators when the students or staff put on the headsets, and there's different simulations for like automotive, they have different modules within, different areas
Okay.
for those headsets. And we had adjusted the amount, previously it was, the quantity was at 14, the quantity got reduced to 8. So it is 8 headsets.
So that's 8 headsets.
Yes.
DR headsets, yeah, but use them and be careful. Any other questions?
Yeah, all it was a misspelled word in our, where we do our little contract thing.
Yeah, there was one on page 26 for the prom, Antelope Valley Country Club.
Yeah, that's the one.
It must be at the country club, nowhere else.
That was,
Okay,
You guys are funny.
so,
Yeah, that was supposed to be a B.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a key, it's probably a closed key. All right, do I hear a motion?
wait, I have a question
Oh.
about, Ms. Marcus, how do we know, or do we have any, numbers?
We talked about it at a little board meeting not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I have the numbers. I don't have them with me today. I mean, a majority of people do say that, they do find things on EdgeJoin. Now, I don't think we could say that, possibly people coming in are, because it does say, go to our website, you can access, EdgeJoin from our website. So, people may see the billboards and they may say, oh, you know what, we're going to, Southern Kern, and then they go to EdgeJoin. We do have a lot of people that, if I remember, some of the things that I had put together last time, we had a lot of our classified staff, it was by word of mouth, from different employees, different family members. But EdgeJoin definitely was the height. We did have some people that said that, the billboards were there, if they specifically said billboard. But, I do think that a lot of people see them and it's just sort of a name recognition. And then when they're on EdgeJoin, they can, find some occurrence.
Yeah, you can't miss it, I see it every time, so, I mean, it's in a good spot, I think, so I was just curious as to, and I know we have one, Northrop has one, kind of down the way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask.
I get excited anytime we see the signs, honestly, and it's high traffic area, like, it's just like recognition on the freeway, you see it on the freeway when you're driving down 10th Street to the park, so that one's a digital one, but it's still like, oh, Southern Kern, oh yeah, there they are, okay. Let's check them out.
Have you thought of trying like digital marketing, like digital ads? Like, I feel like that'll be less expensive and for targeting more people, especially if you target the ads towards a certain demographic of people. I feel like pretty try that.
We did, we haven't done like Facebook ads, but we did have we did advertise in the movie theater.
Yeah.
For a while, we did that last year, definitely the year before. And that was in areas near some of the colleges. I think there was one out near movie theater out near Cal State San Bernardino, up in Bakersfield. One of our KCSOS folks said, "Hey, I went to the movies and I saw your video." We kind of felt like that wasn't, necessarily drawing people down, but certainly we're always looking, for different ways to bring people. So yeah.
Any other questions? Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gillette. Second by Brendan. All in favor? Aye. Okay, fourth reading, review and approval of board policy 5132, dress and grooming. Mrs. Gaines.
Yes, board members, this is I actually believe it's our fourth reading, and it is an action item this evening for the dress code policy, which is on page 78 of your packet. It is simplified. The reason I have mentioned in the past is that we created this with all of the principals present with the idea in mind that this policy is something that could be enforced. We could require the students to follow it without changing a whole lot about how they dress coming to school. So tonight it is an action. I did not receive any updates from anybody or any or take anything away. So tonight it's for you to take action.
For your motion.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Gutierrez, second by Vince Lett. Any advice, Mr. Ariano? No advice? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, discussion and approval to change the Board of Trustees meeting dates to Monday, November 4th from Wednesday, November 6th, or Tuesday, November 19th, from Wednesday, November 20th, Mrs. Gaines and Mr. Vince-Lett.
This was requested by trustee Vincelette, and the board had shown interest in perhaps changing one of these two dates. So I'll turn this over to Mr. Vincelette and for discussion and then action on which one you would like to change.
Okay, the reason I asked for this is because we do have 4. And I have commitments on both the 6th and the 20th that I cannot get out of. And we do one, that's fine. I just want to make sure that we had a quorum. Because the 4 of us, somebody could still wind up getting sick that day, and then we would be able to have a meeting. That was my only concern, to ask to have that. I normally don't ask for these, but in this particular case, the commitments were made a long time ago.
Okay.
So,
Do you have any preference of date?
Mondays are fine.
How about you?
I don't have a problem with the Tuesday.
I make it work, so, I mean, unless they say I can't be here, something comes up, I'm here, so. I'm here. So that is for
Yeah. I could make it work. I would prefer maybe November the 19th.
Don't have a problem with that.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it sounds like I'm hearing a motion that we move the November 20th date to November 19th.
Make that.
Second.
Motion by Gutierrez, second by Vincelette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we are moving forward with November 19th. Okay, approve graduation and promotion dates, Mrs. Gaines.
Yes, these are dates for the 2025 graduation and promotion. Rare Earth High School and Abraham Lincoln Independent Study would be on June 4th. Typically, Abraham Lincoln is, if there's middle school, it would be earlier in the day, and then Rare Earth High School would be in the evening. Roseman High Early College Campus would be on June 5th in the evening. And Tropico Middle School would be, usually they do two promotion ceremonies, and it would be on 2 distinct, usually both of them are in the morning. They went to the morning last year versus afternoon. I'm not sure what time schedule would be yet, but they would be on June 6th.
Okay. The 6th, we also have a meeting here that evening. So,
So they probably would have their meetings, their promotions in the morning like they did this year. Yes.
I feel like it's like 10 and like 11:30 or something.
Yeah.
so,
And then a board meeting?
I mean, if you look back on
Up
it,
to it.
on the schedule.
You're up to it. I know it's hard to believe that it's October and we're talking about graduation and promotion dates, but we need to make sure that. Because our calendar.
Yeah, June 4th, actually.
Yeah, because June 6th is a Friday.
Yeah.
So it'd be June 4th.
June 4th. I just wrote it.
And June 4th is the Abraham Lincoln Rare Earth one.
So, we're still on.
So I feel like
I don't see her here, so I can't ask her.
the Rare Earth one is usually in the evening, right? Like at 5 or 6 or something like that. So if we have a meeting, are we gonna do it at the graduation? Have a meeting at the graduation?
Now, obviously, that meeting date will come back to you.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think it does.
I remember seeing that it coincided with.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay. Okay, so do you want to approve the dates?
Yes, it's an action
Is
item.
that what's gonna happen? Okay, do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Go ahead.
Motion by Ben Select, seconded by? Mr. Arnold, you could approve that.
Second.
Oh, here it is. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good job. Okay, Schools Legal Service, Board of Directors, one vacancy, Mrs. James.
Yes, there's one vacancy. This is really easy, board members. As you can see, is there's only one candidate for the one vacancy, and that candidate is Ramon Hendricks, who is the superintendent of Greenfield Union School District. So I would like to ask, I've met Mr. Hendricks, outstanding man. I suggest we support him with the vote for Southern Current.
Okay.
It's action.
Action item.
Aye.
Okay, motion by Gutierrez, or do we all have to vote?
Yeah, we have to vote.
Okay,
I'll
so
second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Gutierrez, Ben Select. Alrighty, second reading and review of March 2023 board policies. Mrs. Gaines.
Yes, this is your second reading of this group of board policies. On page 4, you can see that there is they're broken down with the administrative regs and the board policies. Any little changes that we had to make or had to fill in are there for you. In case you are questioning, Board Policy 4218 or Administrative Reg 4218, and you're wondering what the additions were there, we added that threats would be subjected to discipline, making threats would be subjected to disciplinary action. So this is informational. It'll come back next time as an action item, these board policies.
Thank you. Okay, curriculum and instruction, accept quarterly report, July, August, September 2024 on the Williams uniform complaints under Education Code 35186. Dr. Mendez.
Yes, we are proposing the approval of the quarterly report. It's something that we do every quarter. We don't have any findings, anything to report in terms of insufficient instructional materials and so forth. We have enough materials in terms of Williams. We did outreach to all the sites as well, so that information has been verified. We have 0 findings.
Okay.
I will move to accept the report.
Okay, motion by Karis to accept.
A second.
Second by Rendon, all in favor? Aye. Okay, personnel items. Ms. Charges.
With that one correction, I asked you approve the personal items as written.
Questions? Nope. I hear a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Vincelet, seconded by? second by Brendan, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Adrian, you're up.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
8:14.
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay.
Me.
Do you want to get out of here?
All right.